Hi, I'm Corey Weatherton. I'm Director of Product Development for the Jayco Motorhome Group, and I'm excited to show you today the new 2024 Jayco Precept Prestige. Now, I know when we're inside this motorhome, a lot of you guys are going to wonder what floor plan it is. This is actually a 36U floor plan. It's a very popular one that we build, so just keep that in your mind as we're going through this. My goal today is to just tell you what makes a Precept Prestige special and even different from our other motorhomes that we build. So we build an Alante, which is more our base trim level of a gas class A. We build a Precept, which is the next trim level up, and then the Precept Prestige. And I have to tell you, this is fully loaded, so you're going to like what you see as we go around. First, I want to talk about the foundation of this motorhome. A lot of times that gets overlooked. Folks may be enamored with the paint scheme. They may be enamored with some of the features inside the coach. But in all honesty, it all starts with the foundation. Our goal at Jayco, it doesn't matter what price point we're building in. Our goal is to be the quietest riding and best handling motorhome at that price point. And so we start off with a 24,000 pound chassis. 24,000 pound chassis may not make a lot of sense to you. This F53 chassis from Ford, it comes in various sizes. We start building on an 18,000 pound chassis for our Alante. Our Precepts are 22,000 pounds, and we have a couple floor plans that are 24. When we get up to the Precept Prestige, it's always a 24,000 pound chassis. We do that to give you a very good ride going down the road. This chassis is designed to carry weight and a lot of it. So last thing we want is for this to start getting overloaded with weight, get a little squirrely, get a little sloppy on you. And so we're building on a 24,000 pound chassis. That's very significant. Also, we're including a JRide Plus package on this. This is a ride and handling package that we install. A couple of the features that I want to point out on the JRide Plus package is we are adding a Bilsteen steering stabilizer. This F53 chassis is a great chassis, but ultimately it is notorious for a lot of steering wheel play, a little bit of drifting. So we've partnered with Bilsteen and put their steering stabilizer bar on here. So as a result, when you get to your destination, you have a lot less driver fatigue because you're not always fighting the steering wheel. Second thing I want to point out on this chassis is we are adding Koni shocks. They're FSD shocks, frequency selective dampening. And so the key thing about these shocks is they're not your traditional single valve shock. They have dual valves inside. So if I start taking a clover leaf, taking an exit, and I start to get a little body roll, one valve will open up and let just a little bit of hydraulic fluid through so that I have stability. It really prevents a lot of body roll. Say I'm driving down the road though and I hit that big pothole that I don't want to hit, both valves will open up and dump a lot of hydraulic fluid through to give you the cushion and comfort that you need. So first and foremost, the foundation and the JRide Plus package is key. We do that because really it's the right thing to do. We recognize that this is a healthy investment no matter how much you're making annually, and so we want this to be driven as much as possible versus staying in your driveway and you taking a trip out west and staying at a hotel. This is going to be your hotel on the road, so we do everything we can to make it drivable for you. Next thing I want to point out while we're on the front of this coach is our big 120-inch windshield. When you see this on a dealership's lot sitting right beside our competitors, you're going to notice that our windshield is much larger than everybody else's. And that's one of the great things about a gas class A is just that high def experience as you're driving down the road heading towards the Rocky Mountains. You have a clear view of everything in front of you and it's not obstructed. But what I also want to point out is because our windshield is so large, we've reduced a lot of blind spots that you're going to encounter in your day-to-day driving, whether you're at the gas station and there's the yellow concrete pillar coming up. You're going to be able to easily see that. When you're at the campsite and a little kid kicks a ball across the road and takes off running, you're going to be able to see that. Visibility is a big thing. And so this windshield, not only does it give you an incredible view of the road, it gives you an incredible view of obstacles that you're going to need to avoid. And so that is a Jayco exclusive. So I wanted to point that out. As I mentioned, this does have full body paint on it. That is standard. It's not an option that you're going to get that. We do have different paint colors if you'd prefer, but that's going to be a great thing that we're doing. It is a Sikkens paint. Nice thing about Sikkens, it's a brand of paint, is that you're not going to experience a lot of just the spider web cracking that you're going to get with other paint suppliers. So we intentionally use Sikkens. It's a higher end paint. But we do that on purpose just so that it's going to last. Because in reality, your car at home, if you wash it, wax it, take care of it, you know that in 10 years from now, your paint's going to look really good. The clear coat's going to look really good still. The same thing with this motorhome. If you treat this like your vehicle at home, I guarantee you in 10 years from now, it's still going to look very good. So Sikkens paint, it's a big deal, and we do that on purpose because it's the right thing to do for you as the customer. This motorhome, it is a larger motorhome, and so we want safety to be a big deal and really protect you as you're going down the road. So we do have our side cameras and a rear backup camera. Those side cameras are activated when you turn on your turn signal, and then your rear camera is activated when you put it into reverse. So it's a feature that we provide for you just because we know that this is big and we want you to feel comfortable driving it, and that's one of the things that we can do to help you out. As we move back, you're going to notice the big 2+3 on the window. That is the best warranty in the industry. Everybody else who's building a gas Class A, a Class C, they have a 1-year limited warranty. We give you 2 years, so that's double the industry standard. We're able to do that because I think we do simple things, and we go above and beyond what everybody else is doing. Like our front overhead bunks are rated at 750 pounds. The average in the industry is around 400 to 500 pounds. Will 750 ever be up there? Probably not, but at the same time, we tend to over-engineer. So as a result, we're able to give you a 2-year warranty just to tell you that we stand behind our product and we firmly believe in this. It is limited. It's limited by customer neglect and then also by 24,000 miles. So I want to point that out to you. The 3-year, that is a structural. So that runs simultaneously with the 2-year. It's not 2+3 = 5. It's 2 concurrent with 3. So you get an extra year for structural. Coming back, what I love about our Precept Prestige is just the storage. We have an abundance of storage. Unlike our Precept and our Alante, we are using rotocast baggage compartments. When we build on the Precept Prestige chassis, we build up off of the frame rail, and we have a complete pass-through across the coach. And then as I open these up, we have pass-through up and down the coach as well. And so common question is, where can I put my camp chairs? Where can I put my camp table? This storage is sufficient. There's an incredible amount of cargo carrying capacity on these Precept Prestiges. So you're going to be able to utilize really all of these bays and not have to worry about weighing and am I putting too much stuff in, but there's room for everything. So I know I went past it. For some of you, an exterior TV is a big deal. We started doing this on our Gas A's years and years ago. Some folks think it's frivolous because I'm in the great outdoors, I'm camping, why do I want a TV? And other folks, this is a necessity. We're in Middlebury, Indiana today, but this fall I can tell you that if on a Saturday, if a Notre Dame game's on, I would be watching it sitting outside my campsite. And so we give this to you. And we also give you your head unit here with your speakers that are at camp height. So absolutely fun thing. It is tiltable, adjustable to block out the sun and the angles there. Frameless windows, those should be expected at this price point. Nice thing about the frameless windows is your seals are protected from the UV rays. With time, your framed windows, the seals will break down and it'll become a future leak spot. With these frameless windows, your seals are protected, and so they're going to withstand a lot of time. I did pass by this door, and I do want to point it out. This is a brand new door for us this model year. We're installing this on our Precept Prestiges and then also our Senecas as well. That's going to be our Super C on the Freightliner chassis. We switched doors because for a couple reasons. One, the common question of how do I close my door blind when my screen door is in the way? Great thing about this is my blind is integrated into my screen door. And so that's been something that you guys have been wanting for a long time. And thankfully we found a company that actually came out with this door to help you out with that, because nothing is more annoying, in my opinion, than having to go outside, mess with my screen door, shut my screen door, close my blinds, and then go back inside. I should be able to do it inside, so this door does provide that. Also, this door, it is a lot thicker and more rigid than the door we were using before, and so it's very robust door. There again, 2-year warranty. We might as well give you the best that we know is out in the market, and this is the best that's out in the market. So we installed that on this unit. As we keep going back, you're going to notice that on your campsite, you do have an awning. It's not a full-length awning due to our bed slide back here, but at the same time, you're going to have a lot of room for your camping, for your lawn chairs, just to be able to sit out for your cookouts. On the roof, we're not going to be able to see, but we do have 200 watts of solar on the roof. We also have a Winegard 2.0 Wi-Fi range extender, and also 4G LTE hotspot. Great thing about that is we provide it to you as standard. That Wi-Fi range extender, I can be sitting a ways away from the campground router, or even a ways away from a fast food restaurant that has free Wi-Fi. It's going to grab that weak signal and it's going to intensify it, and then I'll have a mobile hotspot inside of this. Or you can use a paid feature, which is the 4G LTE hotspot, and that way, as you're going down the road, you can do business inside. You can stream television on the inside. So a lot of options technology-wise that we've given to you for free, simply because we know you'll use it. On the roof as well, it is prepped for satellite. However, we do not offer satellite. We have prepped it so that way, you know, some of you want it, some of you do not. Your local dealership will be able to install that for you if you so choose. On the opposite side of the coach, I can tell you we have a 10-gallon gas electric hot water heater. 10 gallons, that's a lot of water when you're camping. Great thing about that hot water heater, it is rapid recovery. So meaning if I use both my propane and my electric, it'll replenish itself about 3 times in an hour. So you're pushing 30 gallons of hot water in an hour. So camping, you know, that's an excessive amount, but it's tried and true technology, and it has been around for a long time, and we give that to you because we know it's very reliable, and also it helps out with our 2-year warranty. It's been around, it's reliable, and is incredible. So that's the outside of this coach. Let's go inside and we'll look at some of the features inside. So we are inside the 36U Precept Prestige, and as I mentioned outside, this is one of our best-selling floor plans, and what folks love about this is just the residential feel to it. In fact, that's really a desire that we've had with all of our motorhomes. How can we make it feel more like home? And so this floor plan, as you'll see a little bit later, we do have a television, a fireplace, kind of an entertainment center area, and folks just love this, as mentioned. Now, let's talk about the front of this coach. This is our front overhead bunk. As I mentioned, it's rated at 750 pounds. This is an option. Keep that in mind, that this is an option. It's not standard, but I'll tell you, 98% of the gas Class A's that you'll see on dealers' lots will have this because it's such a desirable feature. I would encourage you, if you're looking to buy a gas Class A, or new or used, preferably buy a Jayco, but let's say you lose your mind for a moment, you go buy another brand. The key thing is make sure it has a front overhead bunk, even if you think you'll never use it. Why do I say that? Because it's such a desirable feature. Your resale will be a much, much easier if you have a front overhead bunk. So that's just kind of a free tidbit of information for you today. But as I mentioned, rated at 750 pounds. It's super simple to use. What I love about it is it's not hinged, it's not clunky like some of the other brands you'll see. Simply undo that seat belt, turn your key to the on position, and it just goes straight down. Very easy. Now these will have to be reclined a little bit more. The top of this bunk will be probably at rib height for me. Underneath, this is a Euroloft system, and so what that means is there's bowed slats, so it's going to be very comfortable for you. We do have front and rear bumpers, so if you're worried about little kids being up there potentially rolling off, we do have those bumpers to be able to stop children from rolling. Also, we store up there the cockpit table, so I'll show you in a second where that goes. You probably are already familiar with it. We provide a pedestal leg and then a cockpit table. Both of these seats will swivel around, and so as a result, you can put your table in there. You can have your coffee. You can put maps on there. I don't know if people use maps anymore, but let's say you still have a map. You can put your map on that table, or you can just enjoy conversation with folks sitting back here. What I love about our gas Class A's is the amount of light that you get inside. Now, granted, we have the shades down on this coach, but because of our massive windshield, it really does let in a lot of natural light. And so as a result, if you're at your campsite and it's morning, night, day, you can have that shade up and have just a clear view of what's in front of you. There will be both USB ports in the front and then also 120 volt outlets up front. On the passenger side, we do have a computer table that does slide out of the dash. It's going to be very nice for you as you're going down the road. You can sit there with your laptop and do work if you choose to, courtesy of that Winegard 2.0 4G LTE hotspot. Also on this, we do have accent lighting in our dash. That is a nice feature so that at night, if you want a night light on to let just a little bit of light into here so you can see walking around, that's a great feature for you as well. And you're also going to notice that we have an upgraded head unit in this coach. So standard on our Precept is a Sony. This is going to be a Pioneer. It's larger than what we put in the Precept. So this Pioneer is absolutely incredible. The reason I say that is because it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, extremely reliable, and we've given you to that because this is a luxury coach. As we come back a little bit into the dining room and kitchen area, you're going to notice that we do have solid surface countertop and then also solid surface dinette. Every surface in this, as far as lav top, your night tables, etc., will be solid surface. So that's going to be an upgrade you get on this Precept Prestige. This is a Jayco exclusive dinette, to where a lot of other manufacturers are going to use a different brand that has a lever here. You switch the lever, you push it down, make it into a bed. Ours is a lot more simple and a lot more stable. And the reason I say that is because with time, that other mechanism that you'll see very common in the industry, if you put your elbows on here, it will drop down about an inch. With time, it just slowly wears out. Ours is great because it's hinged in the back, and then it just pivots down. When it's all the way down, the tension is taken out of that strut. I can put my dinette cushions in, and then it makes into a nice bed. In the Precept Prestige, you're going to have obviously your night shades, but we do have day shades included as well. Those day shades are incredible because they block out a lot of the UV rays and then also keep it much cooler inside of your coach. Over on your kitchen side, we're going to see you do have an induction cooktop. Induction cooktops are great. If you've never cooked with one, I would encourage you to do a Google search, and I think you'll fall in love with them, simply because I can have this on, and let's say little Junior's running around and I don't have a pot on there, or maybe Junior's messing around with all these buttons, turns it on, he can put his hand on there and it won't burn him. Those induction cooktops, in a sense, are activated by your cooking pots and pans, and so that's when the heat actually starts to form. You can also boil water much quicker with these than you can a propane traditional cooktop. So we've done that. You're going to notice that we don't have an oven down below. That's intentional, simply because the number one feedback, I was going to say complaint, that's negative. The number one feedback we get from customers is that they need more storage in the kitchen. So if we were to put an oven in here, it omits this bank of 3 drawers, then also storage underneath. So that was very intentional. But we gave you a residential size convection microwave. These are great because you truly can bake bread in there. You can put a Cornish game hen in there and have Thanksgiving. There is so much you can do with these. And then you're not heating up the inside of this coach by turning on your oven. So convection microwave, a lot of storage in this kitchen area, solid surface. And then you're going to notice just all the accent lighting in here. We know that some folks love lights, some folks don't. And so let's say you're one that we have all these lights and they're maybe too bright for you right now. On our Firefly whole house control system, I can dim all of these lights. All of these lights I can turn off individually. Maybe I just want my accent lighting over my cabinets on. I can turn off my house lights and just leave those on. But fully dimmable, all controlled by that Firefly whole house system. We do have a 21 cubic foot residential refrigerator in here. It has ice and water in the door. And really, that's probably going to be the same size as your refrigerator at home. It is a large refrigerator. These gas class A's, they're not so much weekend warrior units, but more so long-term trips. We knew that you needed to have a place to store that food so you're not constantly having to go to the grocery store. So we gave you the largest refrigerator we could find. Now also note that if you choose to not desire this large of a refrigerator, this residential, we do option a 15 cubic foot 12 volt refrigerator in this unit. But I can tell you this residential 120 volt is very reliable. We've used it for a number of years now, and it has a long run time on these house batteries. So this is the front of the coach. I think you're probably gonna have already fallen in love with it, but if you haven't, we'll look at the back side of this coach, and I know you're gonna love it at that point. Alrighty, so we are looking the opposite direction right now, and this is the sweet spot of the coach in my opinion. As I mentioned, it has a very residential feel. This has power seating in it, and so I can sit here, I can be fully reclined while I watch my television, have a fireplace down below. Maybe I want to get up and get a drink. It's right across from me there in the kitchen. But this setup here, I want to point out a couple things that you may not be able to see in this video. Maybe you can. We do give you a sound bar. So rather than just relying on your television speakers, or maybe instead of running them through the overhead speakers, we give you a sound bar here to just give you the volume and the depth of sound that you're used to at home. And so I wanted to make this feel a lot like home. And so I know at home, oftentimes you're going to have just that deep, rich sound. And too often you find in motorhomes that maybe sounds a little tinny, a little bit cheap maybe. So we didn't want you to experience that in this coach because you're buying luxury with this Precept Prestige. We're giving you a sound bar. That fireplace is absolutely incredible. You know, everybody loves flashing lights. I think that's why folks love Christmas so much, is the Christmas tree at night. You're going downstairs and it just creates a warm feeling to it. This fireplace I can use as an auxiliary heater because it does have a heat strip in it, or I can shut the heater off and just have the lights, the faux fire going through that. And it really creates a nice atmosphere as you're in here at night. Your hutch area, this light you can turn on, you can turn it off depending on how you want it. If it obstructs your viewing, you can easily do that. But notice again, in this area, we actually maximize as much room as we can. In these overheads, we do have storage, 2 overhead storage compartments. We have storage right here above our fireplace. So a lot of space for you. Still talking about storage, overhead cabinets here that are above your sofa. I love to point this out. It's very simple, it's small, but you're going to notice we have 2 metal struts there. A lot of our competitors in this size of a cabinet, they'll do 1 metal strut. And as I mentioned on the outside, we want to be the quietest riding, best handling motorhome at each price point. If you're going down the road and your door is rattling, you're not the quietest riding, best handling. And so we've put 2 metal struts in there. So going down the road, it's securely closed. Maybe you take that corner too sharp, rather than having all of your puzzles come falling out because you have a single strut, your puzzles will stay inside there. You're not going to have a mess, regardless of your driving skills and ability. So it's a big deal. Small. Honestly, those probably cost us a couple dollars at most, but at the same time, we do it because it's the right thing to do. Still talking on storage as we come back. We've got a large pantry area. Rather than deep shelves that you have to reach into, your pork and beans and your cereal will come to you. And so slide it out, perfect there. Overhead here, we've got another deep storage cabinet. This storage cabinet is going to be perfect for pillows, perfect for your, can't think of it, blankets, that's the word I'm thinking of. Really anything in there. And then down below here, we do have more shelves. But then also you're going to notice the louvers here. The louvers on this door indicate that in this floor plan, we can option a combo washer dryer. So those are incredible. I know some folks maybe think a little negatively towards combo washer dryers because your load is so small that you can put in. But I was at a show recently and I was interacting with a gentleman. He said he loves his combo washer dryer simply because he can set it in the morning and it's starting its wash cycle. He can go out on a mountain bike ride. He can go out canoeing. He can go out do his whatever he wants to do and come home and all the clothes are dry simply because it's self-contained. You don't have to worry about switching from your washer to your dryer. So that combo washer dryer is actually a great thing. And I'd encourage you to, if you are buying this coach, as I mentioned, not the weekend warrior, probably more so your road trips, you'll probably want to invest in that because it'll save you a lot of trips to the laundromat. Coming back, we do have a half bath here. This half bath, you will notice when you see the inside, just the amount of storage that we've used inside of this. We've maximized it. We've placed the toilet in a nice position, so there's plenty of room there. And then we have 3 cabinets on the inside, 3 cabinet doors on the inside, enough for all of your towels, enough for potentially beach towels, just a lot of space, and a nice sized medicine cabinet. And then also you're going to notice storage below the sink. And as you see the inside of this main living area, you're going to notice that you are seeing more of a traditional look on your woods. But then as you go into the bathroom, you're going to notice that we have added a vintage linen white for our cabinetry. So just kind of break up the rooms a little bit. So come on back a little bit further. You will notice just a ton of storage in here. We have 2 sides of a wardrobe. You can call them a his and hers. Oftentimes it turns into a hers and hers, and his doesn't get that much storage. We've got a lot of drawers down below, trying to give you the space that you need to put all the clothes in for those long trips. And so we have provided you as much storage in this coach, utilizing every nook and cranny that we can. As you'll notice, we do have solid surface here as well. So as I mentioned, it is everywhere in this coach. It gives it a high-end feel. If I'm back here and I'm wanting to change, I can close my sliding door, pocket door, and block off the front. And then also back here, I could close off this pocket door if I just wanted to be here in just complete privacy. Overhead storage, you will notice that that we do have, traditional. Everybody's going to have three cabinet doors up there, this traditional size. We do have in these our overhead reading lights. Some folks don't know this. It's funny, I follow our Facebook owners group, and on this coach, if you, when you come in and you just tap it one time, your light will be blue. But if you push and hold it, at that point, it'll turn white as a reading light. We do have a 120 volt outlet overhead with a grommet underneath, so that way you can run cables down if you want to be charging your iPad from your overhead cabinet. Both sides on your nightstands, you will have wireless charging that does pop up, and there is a little USB port there that you can plug your phone in. And then also your nightstands, they are not just faux nightstands, but they are also storage as well. So a nice size bed in here, an RV king size bed, air conditioner front and rear, 15K. The front is going to have heat pump as well. Coming back into the bathroom, a very nice size shower. This is going to be one of the larger showers in the industry. On our Precept Prestiges, we have been very intentional about creating very large showers. That's going to be another difference that you're going to notice between the Precept and Precept Prestige. We do have an overhead exhaust fan, a skylight in the shower area, so that if you're a taller individual like myself, you don't have to duck down all the time, but you'll be able to stand straight up and not feel like your head's always touching the ceiling. Nice porcelain toilet, and then again, just a total bank of storage and doors and in here. Plenty of room for all of your toilet needs, as well as also a nice little towel hook. And so this has been a complete walkthrough of this 36U Precept Prestige. And I want to thank you for watching this video today. Again, my name is Corey Weatherton, and I'm the Director of Product Development for Jayco Motorhomes. If you have any questions at all, I would encourage you to contact your local dealer. They would be able to answer those questions for you. If you don't know who your local dealer is, on our website there is a dealer search function that you'll be able to see who your closest dealer is. But let's say by chance you might stump your dealer with a question. Always feel free to call our factory. Call our factory, let them know where you're from, and they'll connect you with our regional sales manager who's responsible for handling your area of the country, and they'd love to answer any question you have. But again, thanks for watching today, and hopefully this video gives you a little bit of insight into the Precept Prestige, and hopefully we see you camping this fall in a Jayco motorhome.